everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new then hi, my name is Caitlin, welcome, and today we are going to be updating my No Pans Left Behind project pan. I love this project pan. Basically I roll in two randomized eyeshadow palettes and I use every single shade in that palette at least one time. This just lets me get use out of my eyeshadow collection. I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I've just not even looked at for so long, and this just lets me use every shade. I can say that I have tested and tried every single shade, and I come back to you with the looks that I did, and then we can randomize some more eyeshadow palettes. So we are actually rolling in two eyeshadow palettes this month. I have used all of one palette, and then I only have two shades to dip into in the other palette, which is such good progress. But just before we jump into it, if you have not already, please like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. And yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the oldest palette. This was the Baroque palette. Now I've used all the shades but Grand, which is this black with micro glitters, and Etiquette, which is this grey with micro glitters. I'm actually going to turn the brightness up because this skews it a little bit. So this is the palette. This has been a struggle. This was in for 2 months and I've only just used it this month. I did not use it at all the first month that it was in this project. It's hard. It has been so sunny and so summery here in England, and this is just not what I've wanted to reach for, but I've made myself reach for it apart from these two shades. So yeah, let me just talk you through the looks that I did. Look number one came out very blue. So I put Stunner. This, like, it looks dark grey in the pan, but it's actually a very dark blue. So Stunner in the crease. I blended that out with Bebe, and then I used Boogie then to blend all that together. Then I used Noble. I actually put that on the lower lash line just to kind of use it. I don't really like these blue to brown base shades. They just don't do much for me. So that was 1, 2, 3 and 4 shades used there. Then look number 2, I used Lounge in the crease. Then I blended that out with Secret. I was really nervous to use this shade because it does have micro glitters in it. But once I blended it, the micro glitters kind of went away. It worked really well with this brown. I've always wondered why this brown is in this palette because, I mean, everything else is very grey and then you just put this, like, brown in it. It just never made sense to me, but it does work quite well with Secret, these two. It doesn't look like they would blend well together, but they did. And then I used Ritzy on the lid. So that is this palette. Obviously, just 2 shades to go. I'll probably use this like in the crease and then blend it out with this. And then this palette is going. But that'll only take 1 look, so I will be rolling in a palette to replace this one. And then the Wilderness. I have loved playing with this month. This has been a joy. And I have used every single shade in this palette. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to walk you through the looks. So I did 5 looks with this, so we may be here a while. Okay, so look number 1, I'm looking down at my notes. We put Raw in the crease, which is this red. I did this look on camera actually. It was my look that I was talking about going to Iceland and my experience in Iceland. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go and check it out. Me and Dan hitchhiked through Iceland. It was amazing. So yeah, I put Raw in the crease, then I blended it out with Poppy, which is this lighter red. I put Heat on the lid, and then I put Breeze, which is this bright, beautiful minty green, on the lower lash line, and then I used Snow to just blend it all out. This shade I used a few times as a lid setting shade as well. I did go away for a week, and I took this palette with me and used that as a setting shade. I learned in this look Heat is really lackluster. It's quite hard pressed in the pan and you can't really get much payoff off of it. Compared to literally all the other shimmer shades in this palette, this is just not good. It's not good. I really don't like it. These reds are okay, but they do pull quite pink as well, so I'm not a fan of these 3 shades at all, really. Look number 2. Okay, so this was more of a blue look. We put Twilight in the crease. We blended it out with Sky here. We put Ocean on the lid, and then we put Raw on the inner corner. So this is like a very generic look, very basic, very generic, just using all the blues. I really, really enjoyed this look. Obviously, I love wearing blue eyeshadow. You guys know, love that look. So then I decided to do a little bit of a neutral look with this kind of corner. I put Earth in the crease, which is this kind of mid-tone brown. I blended it out with Sunrise, which is this warm, lighter orange. And then I put Fossil on the lid. This was just a 3 shadow look. I really enjoyed it, actually. I haven't touched the neutrals apart from this look. So it's been really nice to actually get to know it. And this Fossil shade is absolutely blinding. It's so beautiful and stunning. The next look was actually my favourite look that I did with this palette. Oh, I hiccuped, sorry. I put Ivy in the crease. I blended it out with Forest and then blended that out with Mint. Then I put Breeze on the lid, but obviously we had already used that shade. And then I put Ray in the inner corner, and again, we had already used that shade. I love this look so much. I think I did a video wearing it. I can't remember what video it was, but I just love that look so much. So bright, so vibrant, and I loved wearing it. It was one of them looks, I didn't want to take it off at the end of the day. I just loved how it looked. That left this kind of row here. So I put Eucalyptus in the crease, and then I actually mixed these 2 shades together, this kind of lime green and this kind of mustardy yellow, and I blended that on top, and it just made the most beautiful colour. It was like a mustardy, murky, grungy green. I adored that look so much. Then I put Lime on the inner part of the lid and then Moss on the outer part of the lid, just to give it like a bit of a blend. It almost looked like a duochrome. It was absolutely stunning. Again, these 2 shades, especially Lime, is so vibrant. It is unbelievable. The metallicness of the shimmers in this palette are insane. So that is every single shade in this palette used. This is actually the biggest palette that we've had in this project so far. We've only ever had 9-pan palettes, but I whacked this out in a month. And of course, 2 shadows left in this. So I'm going to get my Tiny Decisions app up, and we are going to randomize 2 new eyeshadow palettes. So here is my wheel, and we are going to roll. I'm really nervous. I've decided if I get any of my carnivals, I'm not working on them. Oh! Okay, so this is the P. Louise Stack 'em Up. This is currently in a Project 10 uses, so I don't really want to double dip, so I'm going to go again. Just because I feel like I'm going to do that in my Project 10 uses anyway. Okay. So my That's Taupe palette, this is really neglected actually in my collection, so I'm actually very excited to work on that. And then the next one will be... We have already worked on my Huda Jaguar palette, so I don't really want to work on the same palette again. I don't know, I just don't like it. That's a singles palette. I don't really want to work on singles palettes, especially when we've already got a neutral palette in. Oh, I really don't want to do that one either. That's my Sofx Revolution palette, and that was my Pan That palette, and I am kind of working on that already in a project, so I'm gonna go again. I'm really sorry, this is so annoying. Okay, my P. Louise Winter Wonderland palette. So I'm gonna pull both of those palettes, and then I will come back. I'm sorry, that was really annoying of me to keep rolling, but it is what it is. Okay, so I've got both of these palettes with me right now. I have had to reposition the camera, so I'm sorry about that. So let's start with the That's Taupe. This is what this palette looks like. It is so beautiful. It is very neutral. It does look quite similar to my Pan That palette, but I think it would be a nice change. I have been using the Elf Truffles palette. Let me try and put them... I can't reach it actually. I am stuck. I don't have much filming room, so I'm a little bit stuck and I can't really go and reach it, but it is quite similar. But as I said, I will actually look forward to using other shades. It is only 9 shades as well, so yeah, we'll be able to pull that out pretty quickly. And then this is a very, very new palette. This is the P. Louise Winter Wonderland palette. As you can see, lots of beautiful blues. I love it. And also these kind of murky cool tone purples. I have done a look with this in a Shop My Stash, so if you want to see how these work, definitely go and check that out. I'm actually really excited for this. I can whack this out in 2 looks. I'll probably just do a purple look and a blue look. I could possibly do 1 look and get all the shades in 1 look. Tell me what you would prefer. Would you prefer me to do 2 looks, 1 purple and 1 blue, or like a halo eye, half blue, half purple, and then use all of them? What would you rather see? Because I'm very curious. So yeah, I'm really excited to get another use out of this. I've only used it once, and then as I said, the That's Taupe is very neglected in my collection because I'm working on a neutral pan that palette, so there's no real need to pull this out, but there is now. So yeah, that is the end of this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!